Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're listening to us from. My name is Jacqueline Asimwe, and I am speaking to you from the beautiful city of Nairobi. And my guest will introduce himself. Why are we doing these podcasts? We are going to host, and we as Civ Source Africa and Civ Legacy Foundation are going to host an inaugural Leaders Ball and Gala. One of the things we're passionate about as an organization is leaders, because we know when a leader is well, the organization will be well, the work will be well, the movements they serve will be well, and the society and community will be well. So we're having conversations about leadership to prepare our minds for the Leadership Gala. I am speaking today to Sam Kirabo, and he will tell you his story of how our paths crossed, him and Civ Source Africa. Sam, if you can tell us a bit about yourself, so that the guests can get a glimpse into who is Sam, but also, as you tell us who is Sam, when did you first lead?
Wow. Thank you, Jackie. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. So excited to be here. And thank you, Jackie, for the opportunity to speak to you and for the rest of the people listening in. My name is Sam Kirabo. I live here in Nairobi. So exciting. Always exciting to have Jackie here in Nairobi every time she comes. And I have to leave whatever I'm doing so I can have, tea or something, coffee with her. She's such a lovely heart. Now, excuse me, I was with Civ Source in 2018. But before you tell us your Civ Source story, when did you first lead? I was with Civ Source 2018, 2019. And actually, at Civ Source is a part of that helped me become aware of my leadership, my leadership journey. But before that, I was volunteering or working with Worship Harvest, and Worship Harvest has what they call the Harvest Institute.
Yes.
Harvest Institute is a leadership program which runs for a whole year. So it's you have, for example, classes every once a month, and in December at the end of the year you graduate and all that. But I think I was in the institute in 2018. Yes, I was in the institute in 2018. Now that's when I didn't know what was in there, but I know that it's a leadership institute. So when you get in there and you're like reading books, John Maxwell books, 15 valuable ones, 21 irrefutable ones, like, wow, interesting, what is this? So the first of all, discovering when I first led is actually leading myself.
Really? Yes, indeed. And it's a important leadership practice, leading yourself.
Yeah, and it is, leading self, because if I do not lead myself, I may not be able to lead others. Yeah, because I need to tell myself, okay, now it's time to get up, wake up, get up, go and shower, brush your teeth, and go, do other things. So that's self-leadership, that's the first thing. And yes, when I joined the Harvest Institute, that's when now it started becoming alive. And I'm like, okay, in this leadership program and what is happening, where do I lie? How? And you're reading these books, different books, realizing, reading these different books. And part of the practice there's a lot of practicals in that institute. And I was glad and really an opportunity to do some of the practices at Civ Source.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's really, that was something that, that's why I was saying, actually, part of it even, came alive when I was at Civ Source. And I'll tell the story. So when we are in the institute and we are, they're telling us, you have to write a book. So I have to find a topic, whatever it is, and write a book. Now, you see, it's so interesting. The book I wrote is called Funding Your Dream. Now, Civ Source. So you see how things are, aligned up. So that's how, I got to, my brain start working, and start aligning towards that. And that's why I was saying at Civ Source, that's when my leadership, journey start starts to come alive, and working with Jackie and working with the team, and being able to lead myself to do the work that I have been given so that everyone succeed. Because when I succeed, my goodness, every one of us is going to succeed. Yeah. So that's some of the things that that came to mind. I started the worship harvest, joined the institute. I start reading the books, and I have to start leading a discipleship group, which we call missional community. I'm like, okay, now I need to go out and invite people into the space. We need to go on mission, stuff like that. I was in charge of, I was in the team that sets up the, equipment for Sunday service, etc. So I have to, I think at some point I was leading the team. So I have to now find people to join the team. Now that's one of the leadership skills that, I had to obtain. Why? To actually get people to join my team so that I'm not working alone. It's a leadership trait to be able to empower other people to do what. So I had
First of all, to assemble a team and then empower the team to do
yes,
work.
Teaching them, this is what we do, this is how we do it, and they actually get motivated and they like what you are doing. That trait. Yeah. So now I joined I joined Civsos as an intern, as someone who is going to be Jackie's right hand, just to help her in her office. And that's one of my gifts, as you are saying. Yeah. My name is really prophetic. It's interesting, but anyway. Yeah. So Jackie gave me an opportunity as Civsos to serve there and to give support in her office. And it was really one of the spaces that I grew a lot in dealing with people. There are so many things that I realized. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I actually, up to now, I was even with some friends just a few minutes ago, and I was telling them exactly. I was like, what are you doing here? I came to meet Jackie, etc. Like, then I was taking. So they're asking me who does Civsos. Then I tell them all that. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So, and I mentioned some of those things. But the thing is being able to help someone do their work or whatever they are doing, what they want to achieve successfully. So my one of my strength, like top strength, is it's a support. It's supporting. It's a support, to be a support system.
Yes.
And when Civsos called me in, they wanted someone to support Jackie in her office, and that was really my area. I don't want to say expertise, no, but my area that God has blessed in gifting. Yes, God has gifted me, has blessed me with, and I do it with ease. It's a grace. Yes, a divine enablement that I don't have to think about it so much to do it. It's natural. It comes natural to me. Everyone has something like that in their lives. They just need to discover it and blast it there. So so Civsos helped me discover that more. Yeah. So I come and just support Jackie and whatever it is that. And now when I say support, I have the other side. I have a weakness, which is good. I go all the way,
Which you should.
Yeah.
So what should, yeah. So an leader would hope that their people should go. Unfortunately, yes.
I tend to go all the way. And if you allow me to go all the way, I can help you.
Yes.
If you allow. And if you don't allow, then that's okay. And I believe working with Jackie, which gave me an opportunity even to know her children. Up to now, I still ask about Jotham. How is his hand?
Yes.
Because I was there when that incident was there. Going, you're rushing, trying to, okay, what do we do? Okay, now you're like all that chaos. And you see, and at the pilot, the young one, so I know them. Why? Because you gave me an opportunity to go all the way. Yeah, not because there's no other person who can do it, but because you trusted me to help, to support. And I realized that. And the thing of you and Sifsos being able to recognize and respect everyone, doesn't matter what kind of work they are doing, where their department, which department they're in. You see, on the body, just try and cut the pinky, or you can say like, nail, whatever it is. The pain, I know, of the smallest thing. Yeah, that's how important everyone is. And that's how I felt in that space. Thinking, wow. And I used to tell Jackie that, we are having conversations. Then I tell her, no, I'm not technical. Then she adds on a word, yet. I mean, just a way of encouraging me that, hey, by the way, even though that you may not be able, to, you don't have abilities in that, you actually support. There are certain, this is a true story. We're in a meeting, and it was a technical meeting, and Jackie comes and asks, okay, Sam, what do you think? Like, what are you talking about? What do I think? Do you see what you're talking about? This is not my area. Yeah. So, in a way, she's giving me an opportunity, one, to think as a leader, two, not to, look down on myself or something like that, but also to, like, hey, you are an important member of the team.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to, speak into this. And that gave me a lot of encouragement in that space. A lot of encouragement in that space. Yeah. So, so I was really, encouraged as we kept going. And I grew in my leadership. I know. So one of the other things is, you used to give me a lot of assignments, search for me about this. I need to, for example, travel here, but I've never gone there. So now I'll go and make, just show how do we get there. And, things like that, search about this organization, what do they do, etc., research, all that. And I was like, wow, okay, I can be trusted to do this. And, very interesting. So at the end of the day, those are some of the things actually right now, even my former employment now, which I just ended recently, it's one of the things that I was like good at doing, business development. Go and research about this organization, hold this fund, etc., and like that was one of my strengths. Just because I got it from, Sifsos, yeah, being able to lead in that area. Yeah, so I really appreciate Sifsos for giving me that opportunity and being able to put me in a space where I'm thinking, hey, will I, because the people here, okay, lawyers, but you pulled me and you're like, yeah, you're an important member of the team.
Yeah.
You see these dots here. If you connect these dots, we are going to go faster here. Yes. And that's, being able to lead in my space and having the organization succeed. Yeah. So I was really glad. I will never forgotten that, and I keep telling people that my story and my family's story here in Nairobi will never be told without Sifsos, without Jackie Asimwe. That's a true story. Yeah. So it can never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So because for me being here, actually, it's because of Sifsos that I'm actually in Nairobi, Yeah. So it's that kind of thing. And I really glad that he gave me that opportunity.
Sam, even as you talk about the stories and how you experienced us, one of the legends that I also tell about you is one time when we had a team retreat in Chobe. And for those who don't know Sifsos, one of the things we do consistently is that every quarter we stop to reflect. Whether it is 2 days, 3 days, we look back at the quarter. What went well? What didn't we do well? What are we learning? What are we going to do in the next quarter? So I had traveled ahead of the team. Sometimes when I had the opportunity, I would do that just to go and think, to be in the right headspace to lead the team through the retreat. And you know that one of the things that I loved to do as a leader, partly that I learned from Mose, was that a leader should always have thank you cards, because you just never know who you need to thank when. And so I had gained it as a practice. And part of the thing that I do, and my team will attest, is that I handwrite thank you cards to them. For whatever reason, this particular trip, I did not have thank you cards. And I was frantic, but I hadn't even thought to call you. And then you arrive with the rest of the team the next day. And as you and I are debriefing, one of the things you hand to me first is a pack of thank you cards. It was just like, God, how did he know that my leader needs this? So when you're telling people that your gift is support, it is, for me, that moment described for me how supporting leaders is also partly anticipating, learning who they are, anticipating their needs, and meeting them even before I know that I need the thing for which you're supporting me. And for me, that has been one of the moments of, wow, Sam held me. In a moment where I would have been embarrassed, in a moment where I would have beat myself for, how couldn't I? This is a thing I always do. How do I not have cards at this time? And without us even having spoken about it, that you anticipated, and there were thank you cards, and I was able to write to the team. I'll never forget that, Sam. Thank you very much. That gift of enablement and support that you have is like for Rio, as we say. So before we transition to now, we are into our 8th anniversary. What are your wishes for us? First, tell us in your words, what makes leadership or leading important?
Thank you, Jackie. I think leadership is important because, one, there are people in the world that need help. And there are people who because every one of us is a leader. Yeah, I mentioned that, you have to first, lead yourself. There's some people who need help to actually realize that, you can do this and do this, do this. I'm into discipleship a lot. And in discipleship, we are taught that, in discipleship, you teach everything. Like, hey, boss, there is a deodorant, antiperspirant. If you guide every morning after shower, that's discipleship. Discipleship is not a class, then at the end of the day, certificate. And no, like, I'm working with you, you're becoming a better person. And I'm okay now. Let's buy these shoes because these ones are torn and broken. So, someone's, you change, someone changes the way they dress, you help them become. People need leadership is helping, yes, become. You help others to become. Then at some point, they're going to also help someone else. So you see, but I have to first lead myself, right? Okay, now it's morning, I need to get up because there's some people that are waiting for me. Because if I don't move, they may not be able to move. As maybe God has put me in their path.
Yeah.
And if I make a move, they are going to make a move. And imagine the people who are also, those people have people behind them, something like that. So I have to, and you see, if anything happens to those people, as John Maxwell says, everything rises and falls on leadership. Yeah. So if I don't move at the end of the day, it's up to me. Yeah. It's you tell that story and I'm really glad that happened. I can't even remember, the details or what, but that thing that you say that, okay, now, yes, this is what I'm doing and I need to lead myself, because if I lead myself, always remembering that I'm leading myself, it's about someone else.
Yeah. And may we remember that it's not about, it has never been about us. Yeah. In fact, to reduce it to yourself is to abuse leadership, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So to what end? if it's about yourself, to what end? You see? Yeah. So that's the thing. And I have to, as I shared earlier, that team I was working with, and to bring them in, first of all, being able to bring them in. You see, they didn't know that they had abilities to do that. Yeah. But because I went out and brought them in, and like, hey, guys, this is how we do this. Let's, we need to get this. How do we do it? Can you find someone who can do this and this? I will find this. You see, so I'm empowering them at the same time. They're learning and then becoming. Yeah. So you see, and one of actually, one of the people, I don't want to mention names, but it's actually right now does sound at Worship Harvest, Nadia.
Wow.
Yes. That's fair. And so, yeah. So now it's their journey. Yeah. But that's, you see, the thing that I did, I'm not boasting, but, I helped someone to actually discover something that they have.
Yes.
And wow, I can do this. It's so interesting. Yeah. So that's I think that's for me, the main thing out of your question is that it's not about me, that's about someone else. So if I get to do what I meant to do very well, I'm helping a lot of people. I may have 3 people on my team, but those 3 people may be having like 20 people in their lives that, they're just waiting for them to know this thing. That is, when they get to know this thing that I'm teaching them or I'm trying to help them see, etc.
Absolutely. Leadership is important for unlocking. It's important for moving. It is important for enabling people in their journey of becoming. Yes, absolutely. So, Sam, on 1st October 2025, Safe Source turns 8 years old. What is your prayer, your wish, your blessing for us? Wow.
I was walking here. I was just doing my steps, and 3 things came to mind. I was just reminded of Safe Source. Number 1, celebrating people. So the things that I'm going to talk about, there are 3 things I'm going to talk about. Those 3 things, most likely they're already being done, but I'm just going to just re-emphasize.
Yeah.
Number 1 is celebrating people. Now you see, the work that Safe Source does is done by actually people.
Yes.
It's done by people. Yeah, the work doesn't just do it.
Absolutely, yes.
So one of the things that I learned and I will never forget is celebrating people. Yeah. Every birthday, there is a cake and there is a gift. Even when you join the first month, and I know that they still do it. The first month, you have a cake of that 1 month. I'm like, who are these people who do this? I know. I'm like, wow, something like that. Celebrating your 1 month. Wow, and it was really very, very profound for me. And so celebrating people and their gifts and what they bring to the table and who they are. Yeah, God has blessed them, and by the time they're in your lives, they're in your space, there's a reason why they're there. So celebrate them. Some of them may not look the part, but they are people.
Yes.
You celebrate them. However, and that Source, by God's grace, keep
doing it. Keep doing it. Keep it.
Celebrating people. Number 2, everyone is an important member of the team. Being, respecting everyone. Even I remember so well, the guys who were at the gate, going up, we are so like we are friends with the security team. We are having tea. Like we call them, call these guys to come and have tea, but to come and have lunch. Not so many spaces that happens. The security team is the security team, and so the family, the sense of family that was in that space, it will help people belong, have a sense of belonging. Even those guys at the security, the people who are serving in the kitchen, guys who make sure the space is clean, they're all having the same tea as the CEO. Now that is mind blowing. I know that some spaces it's may not be normal or something. But for me, it's when it comes to people, you really have done that very well. Being able to put, respecting everyone. And, you're saying, hey, you're an important member of the team. That's why I mentioned earlier that, just cut off your pinky or just take a little, they just, prick, whatever it is. My goodness, the pain that emanates, right? Oh, yeah. No, the pain. Why? Because it is also important at the body. Yes. And now this is Civil Source, when we're talking about the Civil Source as a body, as a family. So everyone is respected in that family. So yeah, that is really one of the things that I appreciated, and I know that is still going on. I can't even say that if it's not going on, because I know that is what, it's one of the heartbeats. It's the heartbeat of that organization. Yes, people, it's the heartbeat of the organization. Yeah. So the third one, I'm trying to remember it. If I remember it, I will share it. Yes. But I think, those some of the things. I know maybe, I hope you're not expecting me to talk about, work, technical things, but not talking about, talking.
So what I want to understand, how I want to phrase it as we end the conversation, is to say what you wish for us is that we'll continue to celebrate people.
Oh, yes.
And that we will continue to understand and demonstrate that everybody is important.
Yes. That those two things. I'm a people person, and you helped me. You shine a lot of light towards that while I was with you, and I keep talking to different people about it. I tell them, you always have to celebrate people. Always have to celebrate people. You see, people are the most important thing. Yes. It's not my houses, my car. It's not my TV. They are the most important. Now, listen. It doesn't matter who they are. They're the most important.
Period.
Yes.
Amen.
So that with Civil Source, that's my prayer. That's my blessing. That's my heart towards Civil Source, that it shall continue to do that. And I know that it is where it is because of that.
Amen. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for the journey that you've walked with us. And thank you also for the different ways that you have led us, your excellence, your heart, your grace. Thank you, Sam. Listeners, thank you so much for tuning in with us. And we hope to be with you again when we bring you yet another guest. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.